Welcome to Off-Grid Victory. Today's topic is about hunting deer and the legalities of hunting deer on your land or on your friend's land or otherwise. I want to put a big shout out to my friends, Brother Don and Sister Janine, for providing this deer. They gifted it to us, and it's thawing out now, and we'll probably make some deer tacos and steaks. At any rate, I wanted to talk about this particular deer and the deer that's on our land as well as in the neighboring areas around here, and the legalities of actually hunting the deer. Now, this particular deer steak and this particular burger were caught legally. My friend went through the normal channels of getting a license, hunting license, then obtaining deer tags or tax stamps, basically, to procure this deer. Now, that is the way that most people should obtain their deer meat, and I am, for one, want people to obey those laws. And so the question is this. Now, he got this deer. The deer is his by right, but clearly the regulations, at least for now, he cannot sell this deer meat. He can only gift it, consume it himself, or gift it to friends, family, and such. So even on this particular label, it has a stamp that says not for sale. So he clearly owned this deer. I mean, he caught it, paid for it through all means, and so he should be able to do what he wants with it, but not in America. Now, that's how the law stands today. Here in the rural areas, though, there are a lot of poor people out here, and they don't go through these kind of channels. I mean, my friend here actually spent extra money, took it to a professional butcher, and they butchered it and made nice steaks, burgers, and such. But the poor people around here hunt deer pretty much all year round, I would say, and they probably don't obtain licenses or tax stamps. And so that's the question today. What is the legality of that? For me, I consider myself to be a constitutionalist, well, not a Republican, more of a libertarian, I guess. In my former day, I would consider myself a conservative Republican, but not anymore. I believe in the Constitution, and I would freely call myself a constitutionalist / libertarian. So my thoughts on this: the right to life is guaranteed in the Constitution. Now, food to me is a right to life. So if you are poor and you need to eat, well, then you should be able to provide meat for your family by hunting deer. Now, if you had to go through the channels of getting a license, deer tags and whatnot, well, you might not be able to afford that. And so do you break the law or you don't? But clearly there's consequences of breaking the law, big fines. In the olden days in England, if you killed a king's deer, you would have to pay for it with your life. Now, today it's not as bad. You just pay maybe a few $100s, but way more than what a tag would cost you or a hunting license would cost you. But like I said, I live in an area where people are poor and they hunt, and they probably don't hunt with a license or a deer tag, and they provide meat to their family. And for me, I really can't judge them poorly, because in essence they're providing for their family. Granted, it is illegal in the laws that are out there today, but as a constitutionalist, I feel that their right to life, to that freedom, is being infringed on when you have to go purchase deer licenses and deer tags. Same thing with fishing too, I guess. And so the Bible states that if you do not provide for your family, then you are an infidel. So in essence, I really think the people who do hunt and do it, quote, illegally out there, are doing the right thing in essence because, well, they're providing for their family the best they can. And as a constitutionalist and a libertarian, well, they're not stealing from me because they're not going out to the government and taking a handout in terms of welfare. So they're not letting the government provide for them the meat to their family. So in my mind, they are meeting God's standard, God's law, or Yah's law, and so in that sense, I feel well, I feel at odds because I do want to obey man's laws, Romans 13, man's authorities, but clearly there are consequences of not obeying man's authority. So, if you're willing to live by that and bear the consequences of that, well then, maybe you do have the right and the freedom to go out and hunt your own deer meat at your own time, at your own convenience, especially if you need to provide for your family without getting a license or a deer tag. So weigh in, tell me your thoughts on this subject. It's something that recently I was thinking about as I was offered this gift from my friends. I will eat it joyfully and thankfully to Yeshua, to Jesus Christ. And that's it. Shalom, y'all.